Danko Malanchon, welcome to Lunch with Sjepa. As y'all have been remembering us, thinking of us throughout this whole time. Bona, the pandemic has been dealing with us. But Bona, we're back here, SimpleKitchen in the house. And yeah, I know you guys want to know Horikina Limang, but first, click that subscribe button because Rally Talker. And guys, don't forget to click that notifications bell because Bona, Malanchon, we are nothing without you. And those subscribe buttons do the most for us. You know, so if you still want to see Lunch with Sjepa on the map, Bona, stay there or subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe, tell them to be on the comments, they like. If there's anything you didn't like, feel free to dislike, but I know y'all like the show. But before wasting much of your time, I've got the owner of SimpleKitchen himself. Bona, the first time in SimpleKitchen, we have the owner himself. Welcome to the show.
Welcome. Am I supposed to welcome you, or are you welcoming me to the show?
Well, Bon, I'm in his house and I'm welcoming him. So welcome and please welcome me.
You're most welcome. Yeah, thank you very much for having me this evening.
Yeah. So guys, we have Maseda Nkuzana. Am I right?
Yeah, Nkuzana, yeah.
Y'all want me to read out the ID number? I'm not gonna do that.
No, I've been around for quite some time.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people that comes to SimpleKitchen, you know, I went to school with their parents. So, but then, because we are accommodative of everybody, you know, like we end up interacting with everybody that comes to SimpleKitchen. Yeah, but then I've been around for quite some times. You know, like I've changed with all the democratic presidents of this country.
Yeah. So he's been around. One I'm 2000. Don't feel offended. But however, I like the fact that look, he's been with our parents, guys, but he knows how to relate with us. Cause this place is fire. You know, if you've been here, you know what I'm talking about. Without talking much more about the place, I'm more interested in you. You know, so Siami and I want you to tell me who is Maseda. Where is Maseda from? And yeah, take us from the bottom of you and we'll see how far we can get.
Oh, okay. You know, like it's always difficult to, you know, like tell people, you know, like, or whenever you come across a situation where you have to, you know, like give people who you are, you know, like you get to omit a lot of things. It would have been much better if somebody was to give a biography of the person that I am. But in short, I was born and bred in a village called Nkuzana. It is in Limpopo province, in the Mayengani area. I grew up like any other normal boy. The unfortunate part of it is that, you know, like I didn't have an opportunity to have the goats and the cattle because, you know, like my father was not that wealthy to have all of that. But then I have done pretty much everything that a normal rural boy will do. You know, I went to school there, matriculated there, and then I moved to Johannesburg, and then I finished my matric in Banato Park High School here in Hillbrow. And then from
Banato.
Yeah. Oh, you know Banato Park?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's in Perea.
Yes, yeah. You know, like I matriculated there.
Yeah.
And then from there I went to study media studies. You know, like I worked for different media houses, but I became popular when I joined the SABC in 2002. And then that was in Auckland Park. And then in 2004, I went to Polokwane. You know, like their contract was only for 3 months to help with the election in 2004. But then, you know, like when I got to Polokwane, when the contract came to an end, and then they negotiated the extension.
So this is in 2002.
2004. 2002.
Yeah,
I was
started
with Auckland Park.
Okay.
You know, like I started with the SABC
Yeah.
in Auckland Park in 2002.
Oh, okay.
And then I worked for 2 years there. I was working for, there was a unit called Radioactive Productions.
Yeah.
I think now it's called Airtime Sales. I'm not that show if it's the same concept. Like it was dealing strictly with the adverts. So like a lot of voiceovers that you get on radio about the products. I used to do that. Like I've done the dramas as well. A lot of dramas.
Can I pause you right on drama? Look, I don't like when my guests are hungry. I'm in his house, but I'm gonna be feeding him tonight.
How can I help you?
Thank you. What do you have on the menu actually before I place it?
Cow head, cow heels,
Yeah.
kudu, steak and balls, and chicken hard body.
From my side, I don't know from your side, but from my side, can I have the cow head, please?
Alright, sir.
Yeah.
And you?
Yeah, no, I'll have the cow head as well. And then can you add dumpling on that cow head?
Alright.
Yeah, and while you are at it, please fix my drink.
Make it double tumbling, hey? So that we can have that. Can I also have my drink fist? You guys know my special drink, right? I don't have to mention it because hey, Ndibuyekile, yeah. You can leave the lid for me, thank you.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, you're still on drama.
Yeah, like I've done a lot of the drama series on radio.
Yeah.
Did a lot of voiceovers. Like I did a lot of extras as well on Generations, then on Isidingo.
Can you mention a few of the dramas? Yeah, I'm interested there.
Like a lot of them I can't remember because there were specialized drama that were being sponsored. Some were being sponsored by Omo. Is Omo washing powder still on the mic?
Yeah, Tamoreka. Hey, Bona, we can't say it until you pay us.
I don't know because I don't do the washing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. But then a lot of those production, like it was sponsored by, lot of companies then. So, like a lot of them, I don't remember. Some I'm just being called when they are brought back to radio when they're being played. And a lot of people will think, I'm back with the radio and stuff like that. But then I did a lot. I did a lot. You ask me about my favorite, I don't have any. Because in whatever I do, I give it my all. So I don't get to have a favorite production or a favorite this and that. Because all of them, I think I've given them my all. And but then I think a lot of people got to know about Maseda, got to know about me when I started doing the bulletin, in 2004. That is when a lot of people, started to know. But then it took...
So the first 2 years, it was a hassle.
How
did it feel in that 2 years? I just want to know, how did it feel while you were hustling right there?
I think I'm from a very humble beginning. So when to me, it was more of a poverty alleviation more than any other thing. I didn't care much about what the fame meant to a lot of people. To me, it was just at least now I've got something to feed myself. At least something now I've got something to look forward to. Unlike the way the situation it was, from where I come from. So I don't think there's ever been a time where I felt like, I've arrived or I've made it in life. No, to me it was just work. And to an extent that I didn't even enjoy when people will ask me about, how it felt, being on radio and the stuff, because to me, it was like any other guy that, it's working. It was work. It was work for me.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of guys who, once work becomes fame, character becomes fame too, So
it didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't. And then, it was not a usual thing for a young boy or a young man to work on radio. So at times I'll be overwhelmed, when I'm reminded about it. But then when I'm alone, and then I will remain true to myself.
No, that's actually very key. Can I take you a little bit back in your biography? I mean, you did mention that you are from a village called Nkuzana, right?
Yes.
Which happens to be the same as your surname. I mean, it's exactly that, right? I don't want to go to the merits of that, but how is it to know? Look, for me, I'm a Nkuna boy. You know, my surname is Nkuna. There is no place called Nkuna. I wish there was. There's actually a mall being built in your.
Nkuna Kro. Yeah.
Nkuna is on the map, guys. Hey, don't you undermine me?
Yeah. It's a development taking place in my home village.
Yeah.
I think it's opening. If I'm not mistaken, its grand opening it should be in a week's time from now.
Wow.
Yeah. It should be in a week's time from now. But then back to your question. I have never enjoyed, the perks of being the chief myself, because I'm not.
Guys, it's not the chief.
And I'm not in line to become one. But then Chief Nkuzana, we went to school together. He is my cousin.
Oh, nice.
Our parents are, brothers. But then I'm not the chief myself, and I'm not in line to become a chief. But I am from the royal family. I get to sit in the royal council.
You've got the benefit visiting Nkuzana.
But I don't have any influence whatsoever. Thank you, Tariq. Is that what I was drinking, or you decided to be creative?
Look, SimpleKitchen serves the best.
Don't forget the tumbling.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can add the tumbling. I asked for tumbling. You can replace the pump for me.
Replace the pump with the tumbling.
Please. So, look, guys, SimpleKitchen is serving the best, and don't ask what's in my drink. If you wanna know, come to SimpleKitchen. Yeah, but so far so good. So okay, which primary school did you go to?
I don't mean to, because I know you're going to question me after. Okay.
Yeah.
I went to Nkuzana Primary School.
Okay.
And I went to Mayengani Nkuzana High School.
This thing is in the family.
So basically, everything was in house, the primary school there, the village there, and the high school as well.
So look, I don't want the reason I'm asking you these questions, I want us to talk to not necessarily the youth or the young ones in Nkuzana village only, but I actually want to see if we can reach out to any young child whom, when you were there in school, look, we've all been in school, but you probably encountered challenges. Were there times where maybe you failed a grade, or were there times where you felt school is not for you and you want to try something else?
Not at all, because you see, as much as I'm from a very humble beginning. The challenges will be, I didn't have the luxury of a lot of things that, a normal, a primary child will enjoy. But then, other than that, I didn't have much of the challenges because, I did my primary school, at the record time. The only standard, because we didn't have grades then.
It was standard.
No, it was not even standard actually. When I started high school, it was still called Form 1, which today it's
filling the application form.
Which today it's called, I think it's grade
8, I think. Because high school starts from grade 8, depending on location.
Yes.
Because apparently there's middle school, in other provinces. I've heard of people, I think in the Eastern Cape, they've got primary, middle school, and high school. I think their middle school maybe grade 8 and 9, and 10 to 12, I think it's high school.
So when when I went to high school, it was still called Form 1. But then it changed, in the process. So by the time I finished, now it was standard. So I did standard 10.
That's metric, right?
Yes. And that is the only grade that I repeated. You know, like the only class.
So
that
by
I
that
went
time,
twice.
did they agree? Because now apparently I don't think they allow you to repeat it in the same school.
No, then it was not an issue.
It was not an issue.
No,
Oh,
it was not.
I
You
wish
know,
I
like-
lived in the olden days. I'm not saying I failed. Guys.
So I did the matric twice.
Okay.
And
which stream was it? Sciences, accounting.
I did,
history?
you know, like I did physical science and mathematics. Yeah. So you know, like then we didn't have a lot of, you know, we're not spoiled for choice.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like it's either you were doing mathematics and physical science, history, or I don't remember the third one because you know, like the commercial subjects where you know they always came, you know, like a grade behind us. So you know, like when we were doing standard 7, the standard 6 would be doing the commercial subjects. So they were a standard behind us. So you know, like I never had an opportunity to do that. Yeah. Oh, so you've decided to give us all, all of it.
The whole kitchen is here. Bona, guys, as we're having lunch, I hope you're having your lunch too, because it can never ever be lunch without Sjepa Bafetu. So, but yeah, you were still mentioning the. So for you, it was physical sciences and mathematics. Right?
Yes.
And
I did
did you find it challenging? Because
It was.
I've had friends who actually they were present in class in mathematics, but absent in thought.
But then I think the fact that, you know, like I repeated matric for the first time, you know, like it should be a clear indication that, you know, like physical science and mathematics, it's not a walk in the park. Yeah, you know, like I think, that is basically about it. But then I think, except for that, I think the adolescent stage was kicking in as well. And the fact that, you know, from primary up until standard 9, I have never seated down and said to myself, or, you know, like have time put aside that, you know, like this is my time to study. You know, like it came natural. I would like be taught, go right, and you know, but then matric was a different story altogether. It required that I had to sit or put time aside to study, and of which I was not used to that. And the adolescence as well, and a lot of things that were, you know, like creeping in.
So it was never business. It was just
you know, and the fact that now I was growing. Now I started seeing that, you know, I think we're different from a lot of households. A lot of things that house B has, we don't have. You know, like when you at school, they'll be talking about stuff that you know nothing about, because, you know, like from where you come from, you know, like you don't have such. So now, you know, like you started asking yourself, why are we different from these people and stuff like that. So I think the stress of being different from other households and then now and this and that then now affected the, you know, like, but the funny part is that a lot of my peers that I went to school with,
I was coming there,
you know,
so nice.
when they realized that I didn't make it, you know, like for that year, they struggled to go look for their results, because they thought, you know, like if this one failed, it means they failed, you know, and that was not the case. That was not the case.
So they made it.
Yeah, they did, because they didn't have, you know, like a lot of issues that I had, you know. A lot of challenges that I had, they never had.
Guys, you should get this mug. It's the best. It's the best because I'm enjoying my drinking.
Ndibuyekile. And already he promised that he's going to put my name on it. You know, I'm just battling whether it should be SimpleKitchen or my name.
Hey guys, for me, I can't even comment because the owner of Ndibuyekile is gonna shoot my head.
But no, it
is
a brilliant man.
It's very brilliant.
You know, like very convenient, actually. You know, like, because the only reason you don't find a lot of, you know, like mugs and stuff in my car, it's because they are way big, and based on the fact that I am big myself, I don't like big things. You know, like, I prefer a lot of things. Small.
You're giving me ideas.
I don't have to prove any points. I don't have to get anything else bigger.
Yeah.
That's why I would even go for a sport car more than an SUV.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean everything else.
Speaking of a sport car, what sport car would you like to own? I know you've owned a lot of cars. I've done my research on you. Eh?
Wow.
So guys, the reason I have this man here and he's already mentioned that he's failed his metric. I'm so inspired actually. With what I've seen you achieve, it's more like a fast forward to your current now. With what I've seen you achieve, with your story now so far, it's very inspirational. You know, for a young man like me, young lady like those who are watching up there, to say, as much as you may fall, you can actually make it later. Because please name the few cars you've actually owned, just the few, not all of them. I want this to motivate the young ones out there, because I still want to get a lot out of you, and the time we have here limited is actually stressing me out. But can you just mention a few?
Pretty most of the cars that people dream about.
Yeah.
I've driven while I was at my teens, while I was still young.
Yeah.
I think the only brand that I haven't owned as yet. We're not talking exotic cars.
Yeah.
And the reason why, a lot of these brands, I haven't, is because I'm very, 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 very loyal to BMW and VW.
Yeah.
But other than that, I have had your likes of different BMWs.
Okay.
I've had
Fast BMW.
I've had a 1 Series. I've had two, if I'm not mistaken, 2 3 Series.
Yeah.
I've had the 5 Series. Now, and some SUVs that I don't want to disclose because, it becomes, a lot of people, I have realized that they don't relate well when they realize that, you and I will relate very well.
True.
When you realize that, no, this guy drives a GTI.
Yeah.
I'm not far from the GTI. So
any guy wants to, every guy actually wants to own
on the same level. But then now, if I say to you,
Yeah.
I have an X5 as well, it's like, this guy, it's not on my level. And stuff like that.
Oh, so it depends on who you want to relate to.
Yes, the kind of the car that I will rock in.
Yeah.
Or I will use to come to you depend on what I want to achieve with you.
Oh man, yeah.
If I am going to a meeting, like a lot of meetings that I've attended, I will always use the X5 because that will appeal to the market and to the people that I want business from. But then
so I like how he's speaking about cars as if it's clothes, guys.
Yeah, pretty much like that. Pretty much
it's
like
more,
that.
for you, it sounds more like
then,
a first impression.
I had,
Yeah.
I drove that car, I think for 3 years.
Yeah.
I had a Jaguar as well. And I, without any hesitation, I am the first. Young man.
First,
the
right?
first.
Underline, bold, caps on, hey.
I can, like that.
Yeah.
I can, I can say without hesitation, I was the first. And that title haven't been been taken as yet.
Yeah.
I was the first. I don't want to say person.
Yeah.
But I can say that, but I don't want to. For other reasons.
Yeah.
I cannot say on TV.
Yeah. Fair.
But I was the first to own a Jaguar. in my village.
Whoa, that's huge, eh? Hey, that's huge.
And like that, that title hasn't been taken.
No, it can never be taken anymore. I mean, you were the first. They can only follow from you. And that's leading by example.
I think even working
Yeah.
as a journalist,
Yeah.
working for radio, I was the first as well.
Wow.
Yeah,
Actually, let's move to the radio side of it, because I think we stopped at 2004, right, when we were still on your profile.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk. When did you start doing radio, and what were you doing there?
I did pretty much a lot of things on radio.
Yeah.
When I joined.
So it was strictly one radio station. You can mention the name if.
No. I've worked for different commercial radios. I mean, what do they call them?
Community radio.
Yes, community radio
okay.
stations.
Yeah.
I did Eldos FM.
Yeah.
There was this one. I forgot what it was called.
Mm-hmm.
But then before the online radio station thing, became fashionable.
Yeah.
You'll do the show that they will go sell and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And remember the previous telecom payphones.
Oh yeah, I remember. That.
Remember the voice that say, Mawufuna isingisi cindezela u-1.
Oh
I
yeah.
did that as well.
Oh, so that was you.
So I did that as well. So I did a lot of.
We've been cindezelaring this one and we didn't know. Now I know. You made me press 1 a lot of times.
So, but then I think I made a mark with the SABC News.
Yeah.
That is the service provider for Mongana Lorena FM with the news content. So from 2004 until 2019, I did field reporting for SABC News.
Yeah, that's huge.
That was broadcasted for Mongana Lonene. I did the bulletin presenting with the Mongana Lonene as well. And then I produced news and current affairs for Mongana Lonene. And then I presented the current affairs for Mongana Lonene for more than 10 years.
Wow.
And by the time I left the SABC, I was the senior producer for news and current affairs.
So just there on current affairs, right? Does that mean you had to do a lot of research, or the radio station would do the research for you and present it to you?
You see, as a producer, you need to rewrite whatever is presented to you. I think upon interaction with you and a lot of people, you have told me a lot of stories. But then on face value, when you tell me something, and I think I've had a lot of problems with a lot of people, because when you come and tell me something, on face value, I don't look convinced that I am taking what you are telling me, because the SABC has taught me that there's always a story behind a story. So now, when you present me with a story, what I need to do is to sit down and analyze. Okay, for this particular individual to come up with this story, what motivate,
what's the
why
cause?
you understand? So with every story that I am told, I've been told a lot of stories. I've been accused of a lot of things, but then I always go for a story behind the story.
So can I come to accusations? I think it's interesting. I mean, if a man is accused, a woman is accused. How does it feel?
Do you know of any accusations?
Well, I can mention a few.
But
however, let me know. But when you get accused of something, because I feel it can cause a reaction from you, But how do you deal with accusations? If someone comes to you and they accuse you How do you deal with it? Wow,
You know,
what's the first thing which comes to your mind?
Accusations are very similar to the perception that people will have about you. You know, like people will always perceive you in a way that they are comfortable with. The only problem that you will encounter is that, you know, like you cannot stop people from having perceptions about you. But then the only problem that you're going to have is when you start believing what people perceive about you. You understand? So now, even with the accusations, a lot of people that have accused me of a lot of things, be it, you know, this and that. The first question that I will ask you, if you come to me and say, so and so said 1, 2, 3 about you, the first question that I will ask you before I interrogate those accusations, I will ask you, do you believe that I did what they say I did? I mean, do you honestly believe that I did that? Or when? Based on, you know, how you know me, do you think I am capable of doing that? Then we interrogate it from there. Because you see, like with the accusations, I don't care who accused me of what. I know myself. I don't care how I'm perceived. I know myself. But then it's like when I'm being attacked, like, you know, like the one that you were tempted to ask now. When I was,
Which I think I'll go there.
no, it's fine.
I'll decide
I
upon-
might give you a permission to ask me that.
Oh,
You know,
I'd be happy.
you know, like, or I might not even answer that. All right, now, you see, in most cases, when I'm being accused of something or when something is being said about me, I don't care about me. I care about the people around me. I care about my partner. I care about my kids. You see now, when I'm accused of something, I'll be able to handle whatever comes my way. But then the people around me, will my partner be able to handle the pressure that will come with being accused of this? Will my kids be able to handle the pressure that comes with this? Because personally, I can handle anything. You know, like I'll be accused of horrible things and still I'll walk tall. You know, like a lot of people after being accused, they will call you and say, you know, hey, I don't even know what to say. I don't know why. I don't know.
Why are you worried about that?
Yeah, and some of the things you find that, you know, like people will come to you and say, did you see? Only to find out I didn't even see what you're talking about. So I thought, now I have to go back and look. Oh, okay. But then there are people who, you know, like recently called me. I was driving in the middle of the night, coming from Mpumalanga, and I had a lot of calls. And like, hey, you know, like there is a live video. You know, like there is, you know, like things are coming down and stuff like that. And then I said, okay, no, I'm driving. I'll look at that. And then I got home, parked the car, closed the garage, and then now I started looking at the video that they were talking about. And I was like, but I don't see what these people are talking about.
I hear you. I hear
like,
you.
all the scary things that they said they were being said here. I'm not really.
No, I think when someone comes to you, when they tell you something, the mind, I think it's with the mind, it expects more than what was said or based on how it was even said to you. You now have a higher expectation. And when you get there, you're like, this is not what I
You know, like, because, you know, like everyone is entitled to their own opinion. And there is nothing wrong with that. Like I said, even with the perception, you see, if you've got an opinion about me, that is your opinion. You know, like, got nothing to do with me.
So can I just ask a quick question while we're still on accusations, right? Since now you have a business running, and actually can before I even ask my question, can I actually give you a platform first to say what kind of businesses you currently owning or doing? You know, if you don't mind, you can mention them. Maybe there is a client out there who says, I can talk to this guy and maybe I can offer them a contract. Maybe I can offer them a place. You make SimpleKitchen bigger than how it is and all of that, you know.
I am not, you know, like that busy. Why? I say I'm not that busy. Because in a lot of these businesses that I own and that I have interest in, I'm not entirely involved.
Yeah.
It's like SimpleKitchen.
Yeah.
You know, like with SimpleKitchen,
Yeah.
I own SimpleKitchen. Contrary to the popular belief.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, like a lot of things that are being said about SimpleKitchen.
Yeah.
I own SimpleKitchen.
Yeah, yeah.
And however, my partner runs SimpleKitchen. I own it. She runs it.
Oh, I hear you.
You understand?
Yeah.
So now, because of that, the workload of SimpleKitchen,
Yeah.
it's not on my shoulders because I get to oversee, you know, what you know, like what is
around.
happening
Yeah.
in SimpleKitchen, and then now, now we you know, like the position of the marketing manager for SimpleKitchen is vacant, and you know, like I have stepped in as you know, like
The marketing manager.
interim.
The man who is employed by his partner.
You know, like you know, it's in the interim.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You know, like that is not my position because
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I mean, I believe in giving people equal opportunities.
True.
Because
No,
I know,
personally,
out
I
there,
know, yeah.
Out there, I know there is a person who will do this thing better than I do.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand? But then in the interim, because there is nobody, and then I can do that. The time when we didn't have the head of security, now we do. You know, like I was that.
Oh.
You understand? I was
yeah.
responsible for making sure that you know that people are
Security.
safe.
You're a very wise man, yeah.
It's a SimpleKitchen.
Yeah.
And now I'm no longer doing that. You understand? The same with the cooking and you know, like
So you can cook?
very much so. I started cooking at the age of 9.
Whoa.
Yeah, and you know, like when I say cooking,
Yeah.
I don't mean I don't cook food. I prepare a meal.
Wow.
You understand? So I do. I started cooking at the age of 9.
Yeah. Expect a visitor soon, and you're cooking.
I don't enjoy cooking, but I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You so other than that, I am into logistics. You know, like we do transportation as well.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
like we haul coal
Yeah.
from Wheatbank to different places.
So that's trucks, right?
Yeah, we do tracking
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And again, I've got an operations manager, the guy who's responsible for all of that. You know, like me, I drive there
Yeah.
time and again to unwind, you know, like to attend meetings and to, you know, this and that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then now, my brother, you know, like the one that I come after,
Yeah.
he's a pharmacist. I own a stake, you know, like in his pharmacy.
Wow.
You know, like so I am not a pharmacist.
Yeah, yeah.
I know nothing about it.
Oh,
you know, like,
okay.
but I own a stake
Yeah.
in his pharmacy.
pharmacy, wow.
Yeah, so you know, like on average, I would say, you know, like my interests are in, you know, like this,
Yeah.
and then logistics
Yeah.
and the pharmaceuticals.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that is where like I'm currently busy with.
Oh.
Yeah, but then time and again I do consultation for a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
Based on my expertise.
So you're offering
them
your services or
to a lot of, you know, like companies and individuals.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's yeah. No. Look.
You know, like, and you know, like a lot of speeches
Yeah.
that you see, you know, like people, you know, like giving presentations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I write those speeches.
Wow.
Yeah, I do that for, you know, like people, and there are people from different companies that will come, and you know, like when they come, maybe they want to, you know, like market a certain brand.
Yeah, yeah.
They will give me their content, and then I will edit for them.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then give it that.
Oh wow. That's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Remember, I paused you to say let's talk
Your
about what you
food.
do. I think I'm gonna ask him to warm it. I'm enjoying this conversation. Look, when we started go lunch, guys, I was so hungry, but because the conversation is so filling, I'm actually enjoying this. But I'll still have my food.
No, it's fine.
Be rest assured.
It's okay. It's okay.
But now I wanted to ask, based on accusations, right? Does it also affect your businesses at times? Your day-to-day running businesses.
You know, the good thing
Yeah.
about today's business,
Yeah.
unlike previously, you know, like even if you can accuse me of anything,
Yeah.
you know, like these days people are very intelligent.
Yeah. Yeah.
They can be able to analyze, you know, because some of the sources, you know, like when you are accused of something,
Yeah.
people look at the source that is accusing you. You know, like, is this person credible themselves?
I hear you.
You know, like, because you need to be credible in order to discredit
Another
credible
idea.
people.
I hear
You
you.
understand? So, you know, like, if somebody
Yeah.
has a credibility, and then whether you come and you want to tarnish their image and the stuff, we look at that as well. Who is saying this? And what do they stand to benefit from saying this?
I hear
All right, now, if these people, we were to pull them together and they wrangle about this issue, who stand to lose
I hear
in the
you.
process?
In the process,
Because
yeah.
some people, they're just, you know, like, they don't have anything to lose.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
they don't even have anything to live for.
Yeah. You know, there's a saying which says, "Do not wrestle with a pig, because you'll end up being dirty."
But
So
then
are those
you-
one of the principles you use.
I do, but then once in a while,
Yeah.
I wear a raincoat and run with a pig.
With a mask on.
You know,
Corona.
but once in a while. But under normal circumstances, I don't.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay. So actually, it's very interesting, you know, because I've actually seen allegations about you, and I've actually had some where, for example, they say some artists came, performed at SimpleKitchen, but they were never paid and stuff like that. Do you feel free clarifying such things? Yeah. You know, were there cases like that which you're actually familiar with?
Not that I remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, you see, I respect artists. Because that is their craft. You know, like now, you were talking about an avalanche of businesses that I'm involved in.
True.
That will clearly indicate that, you know, like, I've got ways and means of making a living. But for an artist, they depend on their craft to make a living. Under no circumstances will I exploit an artist. There has never, even a single artist that has ever performed at SimpleKitchen and not be paid. Some were even paid up front, depending on the circumstances. Some, you know, like, will say, you know what, I don't even have money to come there. There are artists that we have even booked an accommodation for, that we have even, you know, like, transported from
paid traveling
wherever,
costs
you know,
and
like,
everything, yeah.
And then now, there are artists that we've paid, knowing very well that, you know, like, where he is now doesn't even warrant for him to get the money that we're paying him, but we are paying because we understand that, you know, like, they go through a lot. So there has never been an artist that has never been paid at SimpleKitchen. And now, sometimes it will happen that an artist perform on, let's say, on a Sunday,
Yeah.
and then we're supposed to pay him. Then, you know, when we're busy doing the payments, and then the account issues and the stuff, we'll call the artist and say, no, you know, like, the account that you've given us, you
Not
know, like,
coming
yeah,
through.
you know,
Yeah, because
like,
that happens. I mean, it's a 50-50 thing, yeah.
you understand? But then it has never. If that, you know how artists are.
Yeah.
I think if I was, you know, like, if I was one of those people who don't pay artists, I think one of the artists would have even composed a song about me not paying.
Especially in the Tsonga music
You know,
industry.
they would have already. Or they would have made noise about it.
I
But
hear you.
not
I hear you.
if there is any artist who has ever performed at SimpleKitchen and not be paid,
Yeah.
to let them come forward
Yeah,
and say, you know, we performed and we've never been paid.
Yeah.
You know, like, there are artists
Yeah.
who came to me
Yeah.
and said, you know, like, I came, I gave it my all there, I was paid this much. And at the back of my head, it's like, but I paid more than this. Where did the money go to? But then that is between the manager and the artist, the person who.
Oh, because now there are situations whereby the managers now exploit their own artists.
Exactly, and unfortunately, I don't have a jurisdiction to interfere with it.
Yeah, because it's already out of
that
your
is
business
that is
now.
how that is their contractual obligations. You understand? It got nothing to do with me. But there is no single artist that has ever performed at SimpleKitchen and not be paid.
Yeah. Can I actually take a short route, because your English is on another level, and
is it? I didn't realize.
and actually, I'm reminded of a statement I wrote, which you issued on Facebook, and there were a lot of bombastic words there. I'm not interested in the sentiments of that particular statement, but however, I want to know, how did you acquire such knowledge for your English? Because you use a lot of bombastic words, and I'm like, where's my dictionary?
I think I express myself in English the way I will express myself using any other vernacular. Because I've got a passion for the language. I'm very passionate about languages. Hence, I speak any other language you can think of. Like fluently so. Like because I speak Chivenda fluently.
Wow.
I speak. Like I speak Setswana, I speak Sepedi, I speak. Like all.
Wow, actually, if you can even speak Setswana, Sepedi, and Sotho differently.
No.
Then you're linguistic, eh?
Like I'm very passionate about that.
Wow.
That's why I was saying.
Because I mix them up. I always mess it up in the process.
That's why I was saying to you that I have translated a lot of, Xitsonga to English, English to Xitsonga, and I've translated a lot of, I have helped a lot of productions with, with the language, advising on the language as well. Even today, there are a lot of people who will call me and say, I'm busy doing an assignment, but then I don't know how to put this word in this language. And then I'll say, no, you can use this word and that word and stuff like that. There are guys who are on radio who will call me and say, hey, I'm busy rewriting this bulletin. Konje, what is this word called in this language? And then I'll still do that.
And sometimes you even get to the bombastics of it.
Not necessarily. Mostly, like the statement that you're referring to. I went to that statement several times. I don't see any bombastic word there. But this is simple English. This is how it's supposed to be.
This is a working dictionary.
But why? I don't say anything. I think it was on Friday. I wrote something and somebody inboxed me and I'm like, but why do you use English? Why don't you use so? But I said, but this is simple English.
Well, look, the saying which says time flies when you're having fun?
Oh, we're almost there.
We are there. And look, guys.
Oh, and there is that question that you've been banning. Actually, you've been asking me this question, on a personal level, on the street, and everywhere. And you said this is one question that you will want to ask before we end what we're doing. So, what was the question?
There's two questions which I'll ask. I think you can answer them concurrently.
Oh, okay.
The first question, I would love you to answer. I mean, there's been rumors that now you actually, as SimpleKitchen, right, are actually taking artists from other events or something like that, which is a mix-up. And I'd like you to actually clarify that on our show. It would be nice to have that clarity statement out there. As much as I've seen the statement, but maybe there are people who have not reached out to hear that out. What would be your response to the allegations which are made out there and the accusations and statements which are being made on different social media platforms about SimpleKitchen and about you taking artists away? And after answering that one, I would actually also love you to give out a word of motivation or inspiration to your followers, to our viewers, our luncheons out there, and to also your colleagues, the people who work for you actually to say this is what I'd love to leave you with. You know, if ever you don't hear from me again, at least look up to this. But please start with the allegations part, because I'm more interested in that. It's not the reason I had you here though, because you're a big man for that. I actually wanted to have people know.
No. It's fine. It's fine. Look, you know what? I find it very funny.
Huh?
Because if you can check, SimpleKitchen has had artists weekend in, weekend out. Towards the end of October last year to date, there has never been a weekend that SimpleKitchen doesn't have an artist.
That's true.
All right,
actually.
now
Makes sense.
So, and there's a reason for that. So now, if there is an event, be it, you know, like just for social gathering, be it a birthday celebration, or for whatever reason, that cannot interfere with the program of SimpleKitchen. This came about when there was a birthday celebration in Soweto, where
so that's how it started.
Yes, where I was approached that now that there is a birthday celebration in Soweto, I need not to have an artist on that particular weekend in SimpleKitchen, because it will interfere with that program.
Which is in Soweto.
In Soweto.
And SimpleKitchen is in Tembisa.
Then this is what I said. Guys, look.
Yeah.
I have had a birthday. My birthday celebration didn't interfere with the program of SimpleKitchen.
I hear you.
My kids have had birthdays. It never interfered with, you know, like the program of SimpleKitchen. Then why should this particular birthday celebration interfere with the program of SimpleKitchen? And the other thing that a lot of people don't know is that with SimpleKitchen, I've got artists lined up for weeks to come. So it is not that every time when, you know, like we advertise or announce that there is an artist coming, you know, like this coming weekend, it's because, you know, like there is particular event organized somewhere. No. Because, look, yesterday, there was DJ Ganyani and DJ Christos.
Yes.
There was no event anywhere. So who are we stealing these two? You know, like, who are we sabotaging if we are sabotaging events by doing that? We are not. You see, people are spoiled for choice. If people want to come to your event, they will come regardless.
I hear you.
It got nothing to do with that. And, you know, like us bringing all these artists, it got nothing to do with interfering, sabotaging, or, you know, like trying to show a financial muscle or stuff like that. It got nothing to do with
but
that.
was there
SimpleKitchen, sorry to SimpleKitchen, it's all about networking, social gathering, getting to know the people that you will be, you know, like mostly envious to, you know, like who are, you know, like who you wouldn't like bump into on a day-to-day basis. Then we're trying to bring all those people to come, and then for you to be able to, you know, like interact with, you know, like nothing else. I mean, look now, I've got the likes of Monada, I've the likes of Maporisa, I've the likes of Kapsa, I've got this young lady, Shoma Josie, you know, like, okay, now, they will be coming to SimpleKitchen. Who am I sabotaging? Because I don't know who will have what when.
Oh, so already you've got a lineup of artists who will come already.
Who will come? They are still coming. And I don't know of any other events. So suppose you've got a birthday next weekend, and then I bring my police here. Am I sabotaging you? No, I'm not.
Because you're running an establishment.
You understand?
Okay, so now was there an event or a specific time whereby you were sabotaged of your own events?
I have heard of such,
Okay.
but it has never impacted on us.
Okay.
Because, like, I don't pay much attention to that.
Yeah.
Even if that was to happen,
Yeah.
like, we'll still, there was a time where we were told that, like, a certain artist was taken from us so that people don't come here. And we always had people lined up. So, like, even if this particular artist doesn't come, we'll always have B.
I'm
You understand?
I'm with you.
Yeah. So it's like next week, there is a birthday celebration of no, it's not. It's a graduation celebration.
Oh, the one for Penny Mayengani. I saw
of
that.
Penny
I've done all
Mayengani.
my research on you.
Look,
Yeah.
even if it was not the graduation celebration, even if I said, okay, next weekend, King Monada is coming here,
Yeah.
it would have been an issue.
Yeah.
Even if I said, okay, now forget about King Monada, we'll bring Maporisa, it will be an issue.
I'm with you.
Oh, unless otherwise, if people want to say to me, okay, give us the list of the artists that are coming to Simple Kitchen and we'll select for you who is supposed to come when in line with what we're doing so that it doesn't sabotage. And no, I'm not that.
Okay. No,
You understand? I'm not in any way doing that. If I was doing that, there are events that has been organized with some of the artists in that particular event who are saying, yeah, but like, would like to come, like, and play at your place.
Yeah.
And I say to guys, I don't want to politicize this, like, perform there. And then when you're done there, we'll do it some other time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I will say, okay, all the artists who are performing there, come here. And that will be sabotage.
No, I hear you. I hear you. No, which makes sense. Actually.
But I'm not like that. I'm not anywhere near that.
Yeah.
I don't operate like that. I've never.
I'm happy actually to hear that for myself also, and also for my luncheons who actually follow you, who actually know you. And look, the last question just before we wrap up, which I've asked that, what's your word of motivation, inspiration? To your followers
I don't have much. The only thing, like, that I live by is that, like, if you can think about it, then you can achieve it.
That's deep.
Yeah, like, if you can think about it, then you can achieve it. Yeah.
No, I hear you.
Yeah, because like, everything that you see, like, it starts with an idea.
Yeah.
Like, if you can think about that and then you just conceptualize, and it will come to light. The same thing with like, approaching a woman. Like, think about it, then you can achieve it.
So I'm happy you guys are not reading my mind, but I hope you achieve it.
But then, if you can think about it, you can achieve it.
Yeah. No, I'm actually happy. Look, because we're running out of time, I actually wanted to cover one part which I've heard you. We once had a conversation prior our show, and you once told me there were days you would go down in business and there were days you would boom up again, And I wish we could have highlighted some of those things, but
that will be the topic for another day.
So guys, look out. Maybe we'll have part 2 with this man because his biography is something else. But look, Mr. Maseda, thank you for having us in Simple Kitchen, and also thank you for being part and parcel of Lunch with Sjepa, And please do subscribe to our channel and do pass it to family, friends, and customers out here. That look, Lunch with Sjepa is still on, and it can never be lunch without Sjepa,
Thank you very much. And then we forgot to tell them that every Sunday, Lunch with Sjepa will be, like, recorded live from Simple Kitchen.
Actually, guys, you heard it from the owner himself, because y'all like signatures and stamp. It's stamped right here on the very live show in Simple Kitchen, sponsored by Schweppes, That Lunch with Sjepa every Sunday from 1 p.m. will be casting different interviews with different influencers, businessmen, and also people who are upcoming artists and all of that. But stay on the lookout because lunch will never end. And check, my gents, it's always a